Hello my fellow weirdos, welcome back to my channel. For today's video we're doing a book haul! Whoop whoop! Haven't had one for a while because I've been deliberately not buying books. Most of these were sent to me. Don't judge me, I didn't break my own rules about buying books. I did, but most of them were sent to me, so it's fine, it's fine. Anyway, just gonna go down and grab my giant pile of books here. Oh god! Okay, there we go. Oh. Whew, a lot of books here. Okay, so I'm going to start off with one that just arrived for me actually today, and it is called Serial Killers at the Movies, My Intimate Talks with Mass Murderers Who Became Stars of the Big Screen by Christopher Berry D. The reason I'm starting with this is because it had arrived in the coolest PR packaging that I've ever received, so thank you so much to Christopher for sending it to me and for Adlib Books. I'll read you the blurb first of all. The depraved crimes of both real and imagined serial killers and mass murderers have long transfixed us in newspapers and books, but perhaps nowhere more so than on the big screen. Films such as Silence of the Lambs, Psycho and Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer have not only reached huge audiences, but also allowed us into the minds of society's most disturbed individuals. Sunday Times bestselling author Christopher Berry D talks to the serial killers whose wicked stories have most thrilled and fascinated us at the movies. And through far-ranging and disturbing interviews, he tells the stories of the mass murderers who provided the inspiration for some of cinema's most shocking films. So it's kind of like a behind the scenes, talking to the killers who've inspired the most infamous fictional serial killers. Did that sentence make sense? I'm going to go with yes. So you can see why when this company contacted me about sending me a review copy that I was like, yes, I need to review that. As someone who's obsessed with true crime and horror movies, this just ticks my boxes. But wait until you see the PR package, okay? So it came in this big, lovely box. So I was like, what the hell did I order? You know, with 2020 and the like pandemic and stuff, you kind of find yourself just like ordering loads of random stuff online on Amazon. So when the box arrived, I was like, have I been just tired and depressed hitting like order on Amazon again when I don't have any real money? But nay, it is this fabulous PR package. So it comes with a lovely letter from Adlib Books thanking me for agreeing to review the book, and of course a copy of the book. But it also comes with popcorn. This is Joe and Seth's chili chocolate caramel popcorn. Yes, please. It also comes with some tea. Pukka oat flower, lavender and lime flower nighttime tea, because I'm going to need this to fall asleep after the scary book. And then it also comes with this cute little like bloody red candle, and it's all wrapped in this beautiful like wrapping in this big box. It's just like the cutest way to receive a review copy ever. So thank you to Adlib Books and to Christopher for sending that to me. I'm really excited to read that book. Keep an eye out for the review coming soon. I appreciated that as a little touch, so thank you. So first book on my list, another one that has been sent to me as a review copy, is Dr. Cushing's Chamber of Horror by Stephen D. Sullivan. Look at that cover. I mean, all the old school horror vibes. I freaking love it. Let's just read the blurb, but like, epic. The monsters aren't only in the museum. Despite a lifetime of travelling with their father to collect strange artefacts, twins Topaz and Opal Cushing have never fully believed in monsters or the supernatural. Oh sure, they share an eerie psychic connection, and their tarot card readings often come true, but werewolves, vampires, living mummies, none of those could be real. Those legends are just for rubes, right? Since the girl's father has been away, though, strange things have been happening in the family's little exhibit and in the waxwork studio that shares their ageing Victorian mansion on the outskirts of London. Now the twins' dreams of a fun romantic summer season are turning into a nightmare, and the monsters are running. Yes. They're running Dr. Cushing's Chamber of Horrors. So it sounds like a fun read, and honestly I was immediately drawn to the cover. They were very kind and they asked if I wanted to join their blog tour, and I had said that I have such a huge pile of books and I couldn't guarantee that I'd be able to get around to reading it on time, and that I also don't accept electronic review copies because I'm primarily an Instagrammer. So they very kindly made an exception to me and have sent me this book, despite the fact that I don't know when I'm going to get around to it. It is top of my list, but my brain isn't working, as I've said, so I will read it. Keep an eye out for the review. Okay, another review copy that I've been sent. I've been very lucky lately, and it also came in really beautiful with little additions with it. Look at this cover. Dark Archives, a librarian's investigation into the science and history of books bound in human skin, by Megan Rosenblum. This is another one where when they sent me the blurb of what it was about and were like, would you like a review copy? I was like, yeah, of course I would. Okay. On bookshelves around the world, surrounded by ordinary books bound in paper and leather, rest other volumes of a distinctly strange and grisly sort, those bound in human skin. Would you know one if you held it in your hands? In Dark Archives, Megan Rosenblum seeks out the historic and scientific truths behind anthropodermic bibliopurgy. Anthropodermic bibliopurgy. Let's go with that. The practice of binding books in this most intimate covering. Dozens of such books still exist in the world's most famous libraries and museums. Dark Archives exhumes their origins and brings to life the doctors, murderers, innocents, and indignants whose stories are sewn together in this disquieting collection. Along the way, Rosenblum tells the story of how her team of scientists, curators, and librarians test rumoured anthropodermic books, untangling the myths around their creation and reckoning with the ethics of their custodianship. It's very kindly signed by the author, and it came with this really cute little leather bookmark and this edible, like, rice paper version of the cover, and on the back of it is a lovely note from the author saying that she hopes that I like the book and that I can destroy the evidence of this by eating it, and that not to worry, this isn't human skin, it is just animal leather. So again, I really appreciate those little touches when people send out a review copy, and I love the sound of this. I'm really excited to read that. Okay, these are mostly review copies. I've been doing really well for review copies. Okay, next we have Eclipse on Virgo, the Demiurge by Daniel Gargallo. I'm so sorry that I can't pronounce words or names. The author's very kindly sent me this copy, and I will be running a giveaway soon, or I may have already run it by the time I put this video out. I'm not going to lie, because God knows when this video will go out. They're always out of order. Sometimes my hair is like here, sometimes my hair is up here. It's just when, you know, I feel like I want to post something. But anyway, very kindly sent me a review copy and is doing a giveaway with me as well. So this is the first in a trilogy. Arath lusts for entry into her world. Driven by base desires, a powerful entity bends the laws of nature to manifest itself. In a small Midwestern city, 3 high schoolers struggle to navigate the transition to adulthood. Unwittingly, they fall into the roles of a hellish ritual from which they can never escape, helpless as their mundane world disintegrates. Almost 2 years after his debut novel, this is, the first in a 4-part series, Eclipse on Virgo. It's an indictment of the divine punishing work that dominates the senses like a smouldering sage, but it is also a deeply personal search for beauty, an unforgettable monument to the imagination of romantic tradition. So I thought that sounded really interesting, and again, yes, I wanted to read it. Oh, I really need to just get on the reading again. Okay, one that I actually purchased is Haunted by Chuck Palahniuk. I had this in my Halloween spooky books to read. I have only read some of this a long time ago. I think I actually stopped reading it because it was so goddamn disturbing, so got it to read it again. This is a series of short stories that I think would push even the sturdiest horror reader. So yeah, I'm gonna get around to reading this and reviewing it. We'll see. I just remember reading a few of the stories and being like, disturbing. So maybe now that I'm a big grown-up girl, I can read it better. Next up, I've already plugged it a few times on the channel. We have Local Haunts. If you're unfamiliar and you haven't been watching my other videos, first of all, rude. Second of all, this is an anthology put together by the amazing Regina of Regina's Library, Regina's Haunted Library, which is a collection of short stories by fellow booktubers, including myself, all based around the idea of a local haunt somewhere nearby to us that is haunted. My story, for example, is set in the Titanic Museum in Belfast. All the money for this book goes to charity. It's full of your favourite booktubers, and it is now officially an Amazon bestseller, so definitely get hold of that. I'm going to eventually read it and do a review like all the other books on this pile when my brain starts functioning again. I need a good kick up the arse. Kick up the bum, sorry. Okay, finally, another review copy that I very kindly got sent is 666 Gable Way by Danny Lamia. Something evil hides within the house of 7 gables. Phoebe Pynchon hasn't had an easy life. Alone and out of work, she does her best to make ends meet while she finishes her debut novel. But when even the monthly rent becomes too much for the struggling young writer to afford, she's forced to move in with her great aunt Hester's boarding house. Known as the House of 7 Gables, this Victorian mansion is a maze of decrepit halls, musty furniture and faded glamour. At first, Phoebe feels at home in the strange, quirky old house, but soon she senses a presence lurking in the shadows just out of sight. She hears it breathing in the darkness, feels its cold touch on her skin at night. Then the police knock on her door with news of a dead body found nearby, and Phoebe discovers a terrifying truth. The House of 7 Gables is a temple to an ancient evil, a ghastly power unleashed by Hester and her coven of friends. This dark entity haunts the stones of the old mansion, plotting its revenge against the living. But a secret power hides within Phoebe as well, and releasing it may be her only chance to survive the terror that awaits her. I really love the sound of that. You guys know that I'm a complete sucker for kind of like a haunted house tale or a presence in a house. I just love the concept of that. So whenever again I got sent the blurb, I was like, definitely. I've actually had to stop accepting review copies because my pile is so big, and I'm just really struggling to read right now. I wish my brain would shut up and just work again. Life has been very difficult for me, and I'm stuck in that little like annoying circle where there are things that you normally do that you love and that make you feel better, but because you've no motivation and you feel down, you can't do those things, and then that makes you feel worse, and it's just that horrible like little cycle. But I'm gonna snap out of it eventually. I'll get there. So if the authors could bear with me, I apologise in any delay. I will read them, I will review them. And in the meantime, I will publicise them on my Instagram for people to check them out. So, sorry, I'm a booktuber who can't read. Cue the sad music. It's a tragedy. It's also first world problems. But anyway, if you could subscribe to my channel on that happy note, I would really appreciate it, you know, because where else are you going to get all this fun energy? Hit the bell button so you don't miss out on any of my content. Give me a comment, a like. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you've got any new books you think I would like, leave them in the comments down below. But that's me for now. Also, if you have tips on how to kickstart reading again when you're in a slump, please send them to me because I seriously just need to engage. But that's me for now. Bye bye.